You have successfully checked in. Then where the fuck is my boarding pass?
For the record, I just wanted to be noted that the youngest one is the only one not looking at their phone.
Well, I mean, I have some serious shit going on, so
I'm looking at my phone on your behalf.
I can't with this shit right now. All day long, just everything has been. Oh god.
Try and quiet down, okay?
Everything has just been fucked up. All day.
Fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
So, Ariel and I, like, she had surgery yesterday. So, when I came home today, I just kind of laid there with her until it was time to record. And she was scrolling through TikToks at one point, and we came across this one. Do you know that old? Well, I guess it's not old, but it's an older song. So it's a country song, and he says something about cut them lights or
Baby, lock them
doors and yeah,
Turn the
that
lights down low.
that one. Okay, so there's a guy in like full cowboy garb. He's like got the button-up shirt and the cowboy hat on, and he says that part, and he turns the lights down. Then you just hear this like ka-ting, and he turns them back on. He goes, "Turn them back on, 'cause I effing stubbed my toe." It was really funny.
That is funny. I'm very funny.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm very sad that you are back at home.
that boy sleep.
Look at Bronco.
Oh, he's a sweet boy.
Was he excited to see y'all?
I wish I was still there also. He was actually. And then when we took her to surgery, she was in there for 3 times the amount she was in before. We were at the hospital for like 8 hours on Monday.
Wow.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah. And so he went all day in the kennel because there was nobody to help him.
Aww.
That's right.
I know. So when I got home, which he has a bigger kennel now, he's got much more space in it. So I felt less bad. But like, and there's like little trays to catch like any piddle or whatever. So like I wasn't worried about my house or anything. I'm just concerned for him. But
Oh, I'm glad you said that because you're like, I wasn't worried about my house or anything. I'm like, okay, but Bronco.
right. But how everything played out, we actually were leaving at the same time Jackie was going to be coming by. And so she's like, I'll just meet y'all there and I'll pick him up. Because I was like, all right, I got to bring him to you and I got to do this other stuff and I got to get dinner and whatever. She goes, well, I'll just meet y'all there. And I was like, okay, great. She's like our adopted grandma at this point, and I love it.
Is she going to love that you're calling her grandma?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
So I can't remember the name, but she definitely says they're Broncos like Mimo and Papa or whatever.
Aw.
Which they love Mags too, but Mags never needs to like have a daycare. He does.
I wish my dogs had a Mima or a Papa because it's costing me $500 to have somebody watch my dogs.
I can't imagine.
I'm running a dog.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well,
So we got Callie for a week again.
well, you could take my dog.
You could have drove down there, pick him up, and bring him back. Because you're
Don
flying
can
out of Daytona, right?
No, I'm flying out of Jax, but I fly out in the morning.
Oh.
And then Don doesn't go for another week. He could drop them off with you. So Callie could go home and my dogs could come.
These are the things. He's waiting for the dollar amount.
Bitch, please.
I figured it out. He's just still sitting there. Hayden, you know what you look like?
Well, let me ask you a question. How much is Rachel paying you to watch Callie?
The enjoyment of seeing Callie.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
go. The
go.
enjoyment of having Finn and Fiona.
Hayden, while you were sitting there, you looked like that guy. You know the meme, like the trade offer? Like.
You guys.
Trade offer. I receive $200. You receive dog sitter services.
Right.
For a whole week? You're on.
Oh.
Oh.
That'd be just what it costs to feed all the dogs for the
Or
week.
they bring their own food.
All right. So.
Okay. The deafening silence is letting me know that that's a negative. Oh, look!
I can't look. Here's the thing, though: is I can't confirm yes or no to that at all. That's a wife decision.
I just wanted to show this so that
Look at
people
my
would
shirt.
be familiar.
It's from Scotland. Scotland. Anyways,
Scotland.
well, you and the wife should have that talk and let me know.
Oh,
Just saying.
Okay.
Since you can't give anybody a ride to the airport, what good are you?
Look, man.
oh my
I
god.
had you covered, and then you got yourself covered, and you're like, "Hey, cover this one instead." I was like, "I can't. I only planned to cover the first one."
Just take care of my dogs from the 27th to the 5th.
Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm like,
Hey.
I'm stuck on this now.
Okay, what are we doing?
Look at these. So he's a freaking washing machine. He receives 2 socks. You receive 1 sock.
He's Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's Bob Ross.
Look.
He's very scary looking.
This picture
I
of
received
Mike's.
belly rub. You received death.
I know, that's a good one.
I know.
This
yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg one, though. I receive your personal data. You receive nothing.
Okay, wait,
Spotify
Bob
one,
Ross
30
is-
minutes of your listening and add about annoying
Mm-hmm.
ads.
Bob Ross, I receive nothing. You receive learning how to paint, motivation, courage, happiness, and inspiration. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. Oh, and some happy trees.
That's right. Don't tell anyone about the
Happy
tree.
accidents.
Don't forget the happy trees. Just happy little trees and happy little clouds.
Oh wow! I received Lego Millennium Falcon. You received my brother.
All right.
Oh, okay.
This
then.
one. I received $54 million. You receive I am Groot. I mean, he really got paid for that. I am Groot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Hayden's gonna die. Hey, so I'm sad you're back in Alabama.
Me too. Also not.
Was really happy you came and visited. And then, what? Hold on. I want to share what we did while you were here. Can I
Okay.
share what we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
while you were here?
Yeah, pitches.
Hold on. Let me get to it on my phone. Oh, bless you.
Damn.
I was working
So
that one
normally
up.
when I go to Jason's house, we cut down trees and
Mm-hmm.
clean and do 97 loads of laundry or, whatever. So Jason came to my house and did this.
I was there too.
Not when this happened.
Oh yeah, I know.
Jason did this. Let me make sure I'm going to go the right way. Hold on.
Yeah, don't swipe the wrong way.
Oh, I mean, it's not like there's anything. I mean, you would just see
You
that.
you
and
never
it's not
know.
really important. Okay, so we started like this, and then it went out the door.
How it started, how it's
I
going.
have no idea what that is or what that is. Oh,
That's
the
for your
piece
fridge
that-
panels.
Yeah, that. This is all my cabinets out in the garage. They're still there. But this is what Jason did. He put in my new fridge. Oh, that's my brother-in-law. And wow.
All right,
This is a little
somebody's
weird. Okay.
somebody's stealing
Then
your
we-
info now.
Then we started here. It's just the Amazon return. Then we started here. And then it went to that. And then it went to that. And that. And that. And then that. And then that. And then that.
No, so no more counters, no more cabinets. Totally open floor except for a fridge.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, we took the
Yeah.
freaking microwave thing down, and get this, it was screwed in at the top and just kind of sitting on that thing in the back, like it
Yeah, on
wasn't
that weird
secured to
little
the wall
ledge.
at all.
Like, I have no idea how that stayed up there. That was
Isn't that how
incredible.
it's supposed to go? Though?
Yeah, but I never knew how those things worked.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
like, I don't know if we unscrew this, what happens?
It's,
And-
it's like a rail it hangs
Mhm.
on. to the
Yeah.
back,
They were
and
giant
then you
screws,
screw
though.
The front. Yeah, up to the.
Yeah, but I didn't know
From-
that. So when we
Mhm.
started doing it, it was like, okay, craziness. And then here's
my-
what I did.
That's like when my dad was over here putting in this fan. It was all hanging at like a 45-degree angle. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh
I
wow!
took out the rest of that stone.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, yeah, let it finish.
Yeah, that stone is
Yeah.
heavy.
Oh, there's Don's Father's Day card. Yep. Yeah, the stone is heavy. And some idiot put it on with liquid nails. But anyhow, so.
What a dumbass.
I know. Right?
That's why she had to
Also
take out that bit of
uber
wall.
expensive.
Right. So liquid nails is no joke. Let me
Yeah.
just tell you.
Yes.
But so when we get back from our jaunt around the world, we will do a kitchen install. And so I'll have to do a reveal for what the kitchen looks like when we're done.
He also got on your roof and cleaned off your.
Oh
He
yeah,
did.
that's why I was looking. I actually have a before and after because I love those.
He
What are
was,
those things called?
he was very handy.
Skylight.
Skylight.
That
Yep.
before.
Oh, look at free toesies.
Right.
I know,
right.
right?
Dogs are out for free.
Whoop, whoop.
That's after.
Yeah, he did a good job. Like now I walk in the kitchen, I'm like, holy crap, it's bright in here.
My wife was
My wife.
pissed off when she realized I was up there with slides on.
Well, I said to you, I'm like, do you not have some other shoes?
Well, the only other shoes I have were like suede shoes. So I'm like, I'm not wearing those.
You had them mucking boots.
I had
from
those
the-
big giant boots. Yeah.
The wellies.
Yes,
What
the
I wore
wellies.
for the thing.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the other thing we did while you were here. Hold on, let me share this picture. Let me find it.
You know, Aaron and I talked about it. We freaking failed for not taking individual photos.
I know, right? So I occasionally like to host a murder mystery party. And let me see if I can turn it sideways and get it to go bigger. And this is our group that was at this year's party.
Mhm.
And then, as you can tell from this next image, Hayden was the murderer and we were all mad at
Yeah.
him.
But
I did a murder because my adventures were fake.
Oh, let me slide this
Right.
down so you can actually see Jason in the background. It was pretty
I was
dope.
channeling Che Guevara for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was a lot of fun.
But,
You look
but
like straight
we
out of,
had
like, a
lady
Black
cop.
Ops
She was
series.
not very good at her job.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun while you were here, and I'm really sad you're gone. But when I get back from Croatia, I'm a few days later hopping on a plane and coming back over to Birmingham for Surf Day. I'm super excited.
Oh yeah, and I should tell you while I'm thinking about it. So there's a woman named Annie who is over outreach in like the Pinson Clay area,
yeah,
whatever.
you were talking to her while you were here.
Outreach in this area. And she did her own event that was kind of similar to what we did, but it was like a cookout thing. She had live music. We're merging.
Okay, good.
It's going to
I
be
was going to ask you about
big.
that. Yeah, it's going to be good. I started a press release, so.
Well, and I changed, so like I added her as a co-leader to the serve, and then I changed and like upped the volunteer number by like
Needs.
20.
Yeah, okay. So I started a press release and I'll do some social around it. Super excited. And for those people who don't know what we're talking about, where Jason lives, the church that he goes to does a community service day. Is it just a once a year? Or do they do it-
So they do First Saturday serve all year long, but this serve day is where like pretty much the whole church gets involved.
Yeah, so last year I flew over there and helped them and we did drive-through prayer. Yeah. We gave away Coca-Colas and prayed for people. And this year we're gonna, as you've just heard, you heard it here first, we're merging with cookout people and we're gonna be giving away hot dogs and Cokes and a little bit of prayer and it'll all be good. I like your
My
mustache.
wife did a cool charity thing too.
Yeah, I like your mustache.
Yeah.
What'd your wife do?
Did anybody watch her stream yesterday?
No, but I saw her on TikTok.
No, my wife had surgery yesterday. I was caught up all day long.
That's fair. So she participated in her first community stream.
Oh,
that she's ever
nice.
done. Or not community, first charity stream that she's ever done.
Very cool.
And it's in the video game that she plays. They did like a 1v1 5 people thing. Like they're doing it all month long for Pride Month because it's for a Pride charity called It Gets Better, which is like a place that young people can go when like they don't feel comfortable at home or safe at home, like announcing
Right.
their orientation. So the whole goal for the charity was 10 grand originally. They had raised the 10 grand before they even got to Cheyenne's Day, so they'd up their goal to 20 grand
Nice.
to hopefully get that by the end of the
Yeah.
month. They ended that stream after 8 hours with 22 grand.
Let's go.
Wow, that's awesome.
very, very cool.
That's awesome. I saw her on, look, you tell your wife.
She left that for you.
I know. I sit here and do this with it all day.
She gave Cheyenne one too.
I know.
Yeah, it's on her desk.
No, I saw your wife on TikTok talking about the new stuff for Palia, or what is
Yeah.
that's the name of the game she plays.
Yeah.
But
Paleo.
speaking of TikTok, I think we have some news, don't we? And I think we're even going to just roll this show without any intro music because I haven't said that yet.
Yeah,
We could
probably.
just shoehorn it in later. We've only been doing this for a year and a half. Why should we know how it works anymore?
So actually, I think we're kind of a little out of sync. Those of you who hang around and listen with some regularity know that we try to take turns hosting and driving the topic each week when we come together for conversation, except for those weeks that I hijack everybody's show and just bitch for an hour.
It only happened 7 times.
Right. And it was so funny because when I was doing the edit on that show, I said, I'm so glad we decided to name this show Mama Monkey Hijacks or Middle Monkey Gets Hijacked or something like that. Because at least a dozen times I said, sorry, I hijacked your show.
Literally.
But right now we're kind of just rolling with the flow, and nobody's being hijacked. This is a community conversation that we are having, and we do periodically have these with you guys when we get these big brain ideas and decide we want to do something different with the show. And I think that's what this episode is all about today. Oh, goodness bless you. That will be staying
Preemptive.
in. So we have been kind of chit-chatting behind the scenes, and everyone knows that we recently, several months ago, cut back from recording or dropping an episode every week to every other week. Everybody had, really busy summer schedules, me with travel, Jason with work, Hayden with work and moving and all kinds of things going on in people's lives. And we want to make sure that we're continuing to put out a quality product. So we're going to make some adjustments and move into some new platforms and try to pick up some new listeners. One of y'all want to share what we're going to do?
Ticky tack.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we do have a channel on TikTok. We're going to utilize it better.
we're gonna record shorter episodes, but we're gonna release them more frequently. So what we're gonna kind of do is like chop things up a bit. So we'll be releasing, I think, twice a week. We talked about.
But yeah, we talked about twice a week. It could possibly be 3 times a week, but a minimum of 2 times.
Yeah, like we already have our first episode recorded that will start on this new format. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I think basically we're going to wind up with Hayden, what's the long form limit on TikTok?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah. So normally when we get together, we chat for hour and a half, sometimes longer. Just the record button isn't always hit. But we're going to take those conversations, try to find natural break points and break them into smaller 10-minute or less segments that will be available on TikTok. They'll still go to Spotify and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. They're just going to be popping up more frequently.
It'll be much more easy to digest, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of
they'll be
people
good.
feel like you have to listen to long form stuff like all at once. You can't chop it up.
We've been, when we started, it was like, that 45-minute mark was our goal. And now we're reaching that like hour 15, hour 30. And it's like, I think Ariel even said it was like, it's a lot to try to sit down and get through the whole thing in one go.
It can be.
When you don't have the time for it. So twice a week, 10 minutes, that's 20 minutes a week, pretty easy. And it's not like every single episode would be different like it is now. It might carry over the conversation from the episode previously. It might be a whole new topic now, but from the same day.
Yeah. So, in the editing process, we've tried to make the break in the segments, feel kind of natural, but, we want you to come back. So there'll be that occasion where the conversation just stops.
Yeah. You'll be left with some blue balls or something.
You'll need to pick it up in a couple of days to hear the rest of it.
Yeah, a good example of that would be like when...
Exactly. That's exactly how that's going to work.
That's funny.
Now, when I shared this concept with somebody, their first question to me was, what happens to Monkey Mischief?
What does happen to Monkey Mischief?
So I thought really long and hard about Monkey Mischief. Monkey Mischief will sit where it has always sit at the end of an episode. And so when we record, we'll have a Monkey Mischief at the end. It may take you 3 or 4 of the shorter segments to get to it, but Monkey Mischief is not going anywhere. However, it will change how Monkey Mischief appears in social media, because we will not be 100% sure like which Monday is going to be. So Monkey Mischief is just going to be shifting to come have a good laugh with us. It's not like we have a ton of people in social media dropping guesses anyways. But you will always still be invited to submit jokes, and we will still send you a sticker when you send us a joke.
So
if Hayden doesn't die.
We're releasing 2 days a week, potentially. Do we know what 2 days we're releasing?
I think that's a conversation we hadn't really had. So maybe we just have it collectively now and share a little bit of how the magic behind the scenes happens.
Wow. Overstate the process, why don't you?
I like a Monday Friday schedule.
So we're dropping Wednesday altogether.
Because you start the week, you can listen to it, and at the end of the week you have something
Yeah.
going into the weekend.
And it's like a good commute thing, right? So like that's what my wife says. She's like, with these long episodes, like I just get invested, and then it's like, now I gotta stop. Then I just get invested on the way home, and I have to stop, and then I still have to do that 3 more times in order to finish.
Right,
So.
right. So we could, Monday, Friday I don't hate. We could do Tuesday, Friday too, because Mondays suck. But then, maybe a little monkey
So
on
I
Monday.
need a little monkey.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a little monkey.
Monkey
on
Monday, you know what I mean?
Makes it
Monkey
not suck.
Mondays.
So, I'm okay with Mondays and Fridays. And then if we feel like we've got a third episode, if we want to do like a bonus, we can drop that in on the Wednesdays. And, you'll just have to make sure you're following us so you get the notice that says, hey, there's a bonus available today.
Look, and this is kind of off topic. It's not kind of off topic. It's completely off topic.
I was going to say.
But
Naturally.
But anyone who has not seen AI Gorilla or AI Yeti, you really got to go find it.
So I have to tell you.
Can't stop a lake
You
day.
can't stop a lake day.
I had not seen it. Had no idea what you two were giggling about the other day at my house.
So
but
good.
since you two have been here and just talked about it in my house,
It's all over your...
it won't get out of my feed.
Yeah, it's all over your A-girl now.
I'm freaking geeking.
I'm geeking. Somebody left these brownies. Now I can't see.
Y'all are stupid.
Dude, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it popped up in my feed the other night. And I was like, oh, this must be what they were talking about. But I'm telling you what, I would rather have that than, what was the other thing you flooded my feed with, Hayden, just by sending me one video?
Oh, the Apple Dog?
Oh,
Beanie weenies. Beanie weenies.
Oh my
Beanie
God.
weenies. Beanie weenies. Beanie weenies. Beanie weenies.
Always watching, Wazowski.
It was
Always
literally like a baby
watching.
hot dog, like in a hot tub of baked
of
beans.
baked beans. Yes, and he was just singing.
He would just go,
Beanie weenies.
It's just vulgar.
And then it went from there to like all kinds of inanimate objects singing the Beanie Weenie song. I'm like, okay, no, not gonna do this.
What was the one that I sent you a long time? Oh, it was Killer Dave. Killer Dave? No,
Creepy?
Dave's Creepy Animals.
Creepy
Creepy
Dave.
Dave.
Creepy Dave.
I love
Killer
Creepy
Dave's
Dave.
a
That's
funny-
his
But let me
best
tell you what.
favorite animal.
Since TikTok had its little whatever that was it did, I haven't seen Creepy Dave.
Okay, bye.
Maybe he ran out of animals.
That's
Maybe.
it, yeah.
Maybe.
He ran out of best favorite animals.
I was gonna say, how many best favorite animals can you have?
My favorite one he did was the Pits and Ballses.
Oh,
The
yes.
pizza balls.
Pizza balls.
Pizza Ballses.
What was
Hey,
it? Gordon Don Retrievador or something? I don't
Yeah, the golden retrievers. Hayden, do we know what our TikTok handle is for those folks on TikTok?
Monkeys.
Yeah, something like that.
Unfiltered.
know. Whoa.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what.
Revolutionary.
I'm 90%
Hey,
sure. I haven't looked at the TikTok in forever, so let me confirm. this.
marketing needs a pay raise, I think.
Yeah, 100%. You think? Marketing could definitely use a pay raise. Let's see. How do I switch accounts?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
I just had to relog in.
Switch accounts. It is Monkeys Unfiltered.
That's crazy. It is at Monkeys Unfiltered.
How about that?
It's crazy.
Yay.
No.
So if you are a TikTok, what do you call it? A TikToker, a TikTakier,
Tic Tacky.
a
I
talk
don't know.
follower, whatever. If that is your preferred platform,
If you take on the talk,
if that is your preferred platform, there will be new
That one of
content
those
showing up there.
internet.
One of
Hayden,
them there internet things.
how did Obi-Wan compliment Darth Vader's suit?
Oh God.
I don't know.
He said, "That's fancy. It must have cost you an arm and a leg."
Oh, that's rude. Rude.
That's great.
Rude. Well, I got high hopes for where the monkeys are going. I mean, and here's the thing, right? We all kind of collectively said this. If it weren't for the fact that we like getting together and spending this time together and being silly or stupid, like we could probably easily be done, right?
Mhm.
It's we
It
came,
was a
we saw,
conversation again.
we came, we saw, we did, but we agreed, or I feel like we all agreed, you know, we don't want to be done. But in order to make it manageable and continue to put out decent content where we don't feel like we're forcing things, this feels like the next natural step.
We did it.
That was hard.
We got there.
We were voluntold.
Hey, wait, speaking of TikTok, you know, we had that discussion that I don't know how much I can or cannot say, but you know, remember we had that discussion about that particular content creator on TikTok that caused all the ruckus?
Yes.
Yeah. So apparently bad things are happening in that space, and I think that person
By bad
Getting
things, do
sued.
you mean
Got
good
arrested.
things?
got arrested,
sued.
and then I think they're also being sued.
I'm very excited about everything you just said.
Well, I mean, I'm not excited for anybody to go through stuff like that, but I mean,
Hey man, you play
Just totally
stupid
wrong.
games, you win
just
stupid
totally wrong.
prizes.
Right. I mean, are we allowed to just say out loud what we're talking about?
I don't see why not. We can just. Now we're a news channel.
The Monkey News Channel. Why not? I mean,
We're talking about the big croissant, you know?
yeah.
It's just a big
You know,
croissant.
if you if you take this corn dog,
Or if you have cake pops.
Or if your marshmallow wand becomes the marshmallow tunnel.
Or if you like taking selfie photographs inside of a popular theme park's bathroom.
his mascot is a mouse.
Jeez.
Yes. Yes. So
You can get there.
Right.
You know the thing.
So I am a ticky tacker talker. Like it's usually like the
It
last.
clearly shows in your verbiage.
That's usually like the last 10 minutes of my waking day. You know, just kind of scrolling to see what kind of craziness went on out there, right? And last night there was a girl on there reporting. I shouldn't say reporting. I mean, she was just sharing what she thinks she knows about the situation. And apparently she knows or knew this person in real life at one point before they decided
Transition.
to say they were transitioning, and she's claiming it's all just a farce, that he's cosplaying. She had pictures of him, right? So she had pictures of him as his real person, like how he was born.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, when you build your whole brand on rage bait of going into places
Yeah.
and purposely getting a reaction,
Yeah.
people aren't going to like you very
Yeah, I know.
much. And then you throw a big fuss about people not liking you, they're not going to like you
Even more. Right. I mean, I don't even know you, and I don't really care for you, and I try to, either
And you've probably absorbed 0 of their content.
no. I mean, I purposely go fast if it pops up
Right.
in my feed because I don't want to contribute to that.
Yeah, the only reason I'm even familiar with this person is because I watch people who criticize that type of.
That's how I
Stuff.
see it. I see other people making remarks about him. So, yeah, him, her. Am I going to get in trouble because I misgendered him?
It's me!
Him! With his Adam's apple bouncing up.
Hey,
and
guess
down.
what?
Like,
I got
what?
misgendered twice today, and I have a beard, so like I don't,
Who called
That's
you
happened
a
to me
lady?
multiple times.
dude. And that's the funny thing, right? Is like it used
Dude looks like a lady.
it used to happen all the time, and everybody would just go
Yeah.
like, "Hey, like not right? Like just I'm a dude. It's fine." I don't know why it's become this whole like it's I don't know. It just happens. Sometimes people make
Yeah.
mistakes.
I mean, like, when I have my hair, like, in a ponytail, or even when it's down like this, people walk up behind me. They're like, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I'm like, "Huh?" Beard and everything. They're like, "Oh, my bad."
Hey,
You do not look like a man from behind.
The-
Not to me,
the
but maybe it's because
people-
I know who you are.
I was gonna say the
Shut
people
up.
who know who I am know proportions. Like
Well, you're like 7'4" in every direction.
that's my
so-
point. Is like in what universe am I ma'am at
Right.
all? And people do it to me on the phone. I don't think I have an especially effeminate voice. Maybe I'm
You
wrong.
do not.
Not at all.
You do not. Oh, speaking of getting off topic. Hey, look what I did all by myself.
Like, getting off topic.
Look what I did all by
You-
myself.
You got a new watch band.
I did.
and you
$4.99 on Amazon.
and it's entirely too big for your arm.
But I like it because it moves around like that. But it came with a
so-
little kit to take the link out if I want.
I was about to say, so like with the Apple Watches though, if they're not straight on you, they might not read all your vitals that they read.
Oh, is that what? Well, no, it's got all my activities today. I mean,
Because
it's,
mine has a password on it. If I like do this and like put a little space in there, it locks.
I usually push it down like this, but I will say because last night before I went to bed, I was in the bathroom. I was like, "What is that green light?" And then I realized, oh, it's the bottom of my watch.
Yeah. You never know it would do that until you see under. You're like, what the fuck?
I know. I'm like, what the hell is all that? Because Finn's little collar is green too, and I'm like, what is going on?
You guys are reminding me that, Mom, you'll appreciate this. Because my wife has a heart condition.
My life.
Every time they would be like, starting pre-boarding and those who need extra time, we're just like,
Yeah. Ooh.
that'd be us.
Let me just tell you. So Don and I were just before we logged on here. I leave tomorrow and he leaves in a week, but then we fly home together from Croatia, and so we were checking in, or I was checking in, but we were choosing seats and everything. So our flight so we go coming home. We go from Split to Vienna, and then Vienna. This is stupid. Vienna to Chicago, and then Chicago home. But from Vienna to Chicago, we had the opportunity. It's not the big fancy like reclining lay down sort of seats, but we got to upgrade to first class.
Yeah.
Fat
Big long
seat.
flight. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. We got big fat seats.
If I fly like that, if it's 20 grand or whatever, I'll figure it out. But I want a pod.
Yeah, no, this is not pods. This is just a big seat. And
I want that motherfucking apartment.
so let me tell you, going
What?
over his flight, going over since we're flying separately, he's going from here to Newark, and then there's a direct flight from Newark to Dubrovnik, and he could get a pod on that flight because it's like one of those big, huge, whatever planes.
A380 or whatever the fuck.
$5,500 to upgrade. That's on top of what we've already paid for his ticket. I'm like,
So I think it's
knee.
we were, we were talking about this when we were
That
in
would
New
be
York.
new.
It was Emirates, I think, that does the apartments. On
Yes.
the big ass A380s,
yes.
which is like twice as wide as the 747.
Yes. Jason and I saw one in Atlanta when he was dropping me off at the airport a few months ago.
They're like 25 grand.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
No,
I think he's having a brain aneurysm.
my dad just sent me a thing that I didn't know was going on.
Oh. Like, what's happening?
I think there's a NASCAR at Le Mans again.
Who? Oh, NASCAR at Le Mans.
American Thunder. I'm sorry. He texted me and I was like, huh?
Well,
'Cause I give a shit about car racing, unlike you.
well, because here's the thing, right? So the movie that's coming out, F1, I call Hayden up and I'm like, hey, are you and Josh going to that movie? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, when are you going? I said, because I want to go too. And I said, I'll come up and meet y'all. And he's like,
That was it. That was the end of the episode.
that's how it's going to happen from now on. Just blip right in the middle of conversation.
We'll just be done there.
So if that didn't bother you, then you're in the right place.
No. As you can see, there's only two of us.
1, 2, me,
You
you.
can figure it out from there. The ether has eaten Jason.
Yeah. Jason sometimes from time to time has, shall we call them, technical challenges.
I think the only one who doesn't have technical challenges out of all of us.
I haven't had a technical challenge in a really long time since I dealt with my internet. Now, the challenges that I have are user inflicted, like when I can't get on the right mic or the right set of headphones.
We call those geriatric challenges.
You know what? Fuck off. If I wasn't geriatric, you wouldn't be here. So
It's
take
fair.
that.
Did we want to end this though with Monkey Mischief still?
Yeah, I think without Jason, we've kind of shared what we needed to share. And it's just kind of lonely without Jason. This is a, oh my God, I almost said this is a 3-way. Then I changed my mind, but then I said it anyway. So just forget I said that. Speaking of Monkey Mischief, have you
Just gonna
found
hide
mischief?
back here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't looked for mischief.
Oh my goodness, he's probably starved to death somewhere, all shriveled up.
In that pile of bullshit somewhere.
He'll be like a monkey paw before long.
No,
Anyways,
like that story.
yeah, that's what. Anyways, by now you definitely know what Monkey Mischief is, and if you don't, I feel sorry for you. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because it's all changing. Because normally we would say, if you went through social media on Monday, now I don't care if you went to social media on Monday because there's no punchline or no start of a joke or anything there on Mondays. It's just you coming here and me sharing some of my favorite dad jokes with you, and we call it Monkey Mischief. Hayden, what do you call a cold puppy?
An ice pup.
A chili dog.
Ah.
I love dad jokes. So you can still visit us at www.monkeys.unfiltered.com. Scroll to the bottom. There is a submission form. We would love for you to submit your favorite dad joke. We will voice it on air. And then, Hayden, what happens?
You get a sticker.
They get a sticker. And you can even do the little girl voice tonight because it doesn't freak me out. I do think it's weird that you can do that so well, but
You get a sticker.
there's something,
You get a Monkey Jump Filtered sticker.
there's something terribly wrong with you, son, but I love you.
Yeah. So I can go from this
To this.
I know, right? There's, again, something terribly wrong with you.
I'm going to eat your soul.
Okay, what was his name? Stop it, Herbert. Since we're having monkey paw, since we're having monkey paw flashbacks. Anyhow, so this will be our last longish episode. This one comes out on early July, I think. So after that, just be looking for us on different days on different same
It'll come
old
out
platforms.
when it comes out. Damn it.
Yeah. Same.
You'll
Well,
know. They'll know
if
when
you're
it comes out.
subscribed, you'll know when it comes out. So if you haven't subscribed yet, that's really what you need to go do. I don't care if you follow us on social media. I don't care if you submit dad jokes because I have a plethora of them. But if you want to keep up with the serial episode series that we'll be doing now, you're definitely going to want to subscribe on the podcast platform of your choice, including TikTok, YouTube, where else? Spotify, Apple, wherever else we are.
Amazon,
Amazon, wherever you get a podcast,
iHeartRadio, if anybody still uses that.
right? You definitely want to subscribe to Monkeys Unfiltered so you can get the notices for the updates. Okay. I've had enough of you.
All right, bye.
I have to go finish packing. It's been real. I hope you get Jason back into the land of digital assets.
Okay.
Okay,
I can
Monkey.
tell you right now, technical helpage for some people
Right.
over the phone
Yeah,
can be difficult.
I understand.
So
I get exactly what you're saying. I do my best.
he
Oh my goodness.
has returned.
Hi.
I have no idea what's going on.
Just at the end, he's returned. He is back.
He's
He has
back.
risen. We're just about
So at least you get to
He's
finish on a
definitely-
high note.
He is
am I
definitely
right?
the local resurrected. Yeah, we were just saying bye.
we
Bye.
were not talking shit about you
Not at all. He was talking shit about me.
I totally believe that.
He was totally talking shit about me. But anyways, you miss Monkey Mischief.
When? What was it?
Oh,
Chili
what
dog.
do you call a cold pup? A cold
Chili dog.
puppy? A chili dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chili dog.
Okay.
Love
but
that one.
For reals, I have to go.
You go pack.
Gotta
We
go
love
pack.
you.
I love you too.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.